Well, good morning and welcome back to Mud Pop Thrift. My name is Tom. I'm a stay-at-home dad for 5 kids with one on the way in a month. And I sold 38 items with for 900 and something. I'll put the number up. To ship this morning. 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm trying to get some of it done before I got to take the kids to school. All right, so we have, like I said, I think there's 38 for a grand total of almost $1,000, like 900 and change. Oh, this isn't the screen. It's going to tell me. But I ain't got time to ship 38 items this morning. 904. So almost 1,000 is really a little over 900. If you watch the channel for any time at all, you realize that numbers, I generalize numbers a lot. I don't worry about like $904.78. I'm like, man, it's 900-ish. It's 1,000-ish. Thomas the Train hat, I paid $2.50. Day Out with Thomas is a like a traveling exhibit where you would have bought this hat. Sold for $6 plus shipping. I wouldn't pick it up again. This shirt, these 2 items sold to the same guy. Vintage NASA snapback, not in great shape. It's got some sputs on the bill. I paid $5 for it. I don't know what the guy paid each for these things, but he also bought this shirt. This came with a bunch of shirts that I got from the 80s, but it isn't dated, but it's got to be early 80s, single stitch, and it is these both together sold for $25. And what I'll do is I'll just get this shirt, gather this shirt, fold it up, and stick it in here in the same box with the hat, and that'll be good enough for shipping that. I sold 8 Care Bears. They're sold for $21. I'm $1 a piece into them. The buyers paid plus shipping, so that's pretty good return on 8 Care Bears. And that puts me almost, this little baggie right here is all the Care Bears that I have left. And I had the picnic table, I had them all laid out on the picnic table, and they were the whole thing. Also, welcome back VS1 to those of you who care. This thing, I'll have some stories to tell. So you remember the garage sale where I was like, oh, a lot of people like to go to garage sales to meet people, but I'm a curmudgeon, and I don't. I bought a slot car Trek, and I was excited about it at the time, and then I got it home and realized this track doesn't power the cars. It's battery powered, which is not good. That is not a benefit. Hopefully that cricket shuts up. Probably not gonna. The slot car track is supposed to power the cars. This one does not. And so it's a lot more like a train set where it just goes around and around and around, where a slot car, like, you control the speed with the plunger things. And so this wasn't nearly as desirable, but we still made money. I paid $20 for all of it. That one sold for $17.50 free shipping. I paid $6.99 for a bunch, $5.99 a piece for a bunch of Harley Davidson women's t-shirts, thinking I was going to get them at half price. That did not happen, and so I been selling them at trying to get $12 a piece plus shipping out of them, and this one went for $11.50. I thought about countering at $12, and I'm like, I don't need the 50 cents bad enough to lose the sale. So there's that. I think I paid 50 cents for these 4 Tupperware. This should have been like 6 or 8. There should have been a few more smaller ones. So you got a half cup, 2/3, 3/4, and 1 cup. 4 nesting measuring cups. I paid 50 cents. They sold for $7 plus shipping. Okay, and then we have this JanSport. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. I'm a little bit behind on. I picked it up 2 weeks after school started. These suede bottom vintage JanSports do really, really well. This one isn't made in the U.S. It's made in Mexico, so it could be better. This one I paid $1. It sold for $17 pretty darn quickly. PDQ. So, if you find these old suede JanSports, pick them up. They do really well. $16.99, I believe it was plus shipping. So this sweatshirt sold for $17, plus shipping. Tall Tex tag. That's a good tag. If you find rock shirts with that tag in it, they're really, really good. This is just a nature white-tailed deer hunting. Looks like it says 1993. You would never see it. I couldn't make it focus on there, but it says 1993. Just a generic white-tailed deer hunting shirt that you're going to find at every garage sale around here. I know where I got this, and I didn't pay much. I might have paid $2. I probably paid $1. I was buying clothes in bulk piles. Like, let me see what's on this rack. I'll take these 15, and then they would price them for like $40 or something like that. And so, I don't exactly know what I have into that, but I did well. These are the cars, and when you're buying slot car stuff, the cars are what's valuable. So this has a little pin in it to hold onto the track that we saw earlier. And then that's the motor, and you put batteries in it. But there's no control for this. So it just goes around the track by itself. And I did test these, but like they work as long as you put pressure down here to make the contact work. So they're going to need a little freshening up. But really what people want are the bodies, for the most part. I could have sold these bodies individually and done really well with no motors or anything. But I paid $20 for the whole set, including I've sold one track piece for $20. I sold that track piece today for a little more than $20. I think there's one more track piece that we have to do today. But these are where the money's at, and they sold for $51 plus shipping. So buyers all in at almost $62. And these will ship ground advantage for probably $6. So that was making quite a bit of money, and I still have a whole lot of parts left to sell, but it's probably the slow moving parts that'll be around a long time. So we paid $1.50 for 5 pairs of these gloves. These two sold to the same guy for $22 plus shipping. And so they're all in at $30. And so that makes that profitable the first time I sold any of them. Easy as it can be. Bought this hat. Bears. I have no idea where I got this hat. It's an old Bears hat. Sold for $9.99 plus shipping. No big deal. This hat, Fighting Illini, I know I paid $2.50 for 6 or 8 of them, and I've got 3 left, and they're selling for $12.99 plus shipping or best offer, and I've taken as low as 10. That one sold for full price. Levi found this guy. Galactic Star Cruiser is a bolo. Galactic Star Cruiser. It's a hotel that Disney spent millions of dollars opening, and then closed it within a year of it opening because it was supposed to be an experience almost like a cruise ship, only your cruise ship is a hotel in Disney World, but you go on and they only let you off certain times when you dock at the Star Wars land in Hollywood studios. And so then you can explore the world that you landed on. And then inside the hotel, all the staff are play actors, and some of the whole time, and some of them are like dressed as aliens, and Chewbacca, I think, is a fixture in the hotel. But anyway, it was a really neat idea, but it cost like $2,000 a person, and it was a 2-day thing. So it was really expensive, and it kind of opened right as the pandemic was wrapping up, and so it just didn't perform the way that they hoped that it would. So Galactic Star Cruiser is going to be one of those things where Star Wars people and Disney people are probably going to be collecting this for a long time, because it's going to be really limited stuff. This water bottle, unfortunately, is not supposed to have that kind of cracking. I couldn't find, there wasn't any comps on used at all. Levi found this for $2.50 at Goodwill, and we sold it for $30 free shipping. Now, it took a little while to sell. There were some new ones available at $50, and so asking $30 for a used one that's especially not mint is a bit much, but I figured it would sell because there just aren't very many out there. Okay, so I think the cricket's done, but Evie's out here now, right there, watching Peppa Pig really loud. This thing sold, I paid $11 for it. It was missing some of the accessories. Sold for $55 free shipping. It's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to ship, but not too bad. So you guys may recall, it's been 3 or 4 months ago now, I paid $20 for what was like a twin sheet bag full of action figures at Goodwill, just a dump bin. These were tiny pieces of some kind of transformer thing, and I was able to look them up through with the Google Lens thing. And then I'm part of a Facebook group called Action Figure Identification, and those people are amazing. They can identify anything. And so I made my money back a long time ago on those, but I still have a bunch of stuff listed. And these sold for $6 plus shipping for these little tiny things. I paid like a nickel a piece, and they sold for $2 a piece plus shipping. I always buy bobbleheads when I find them. They're not always good. This is Trevor Rosenthal in the box in mint condition. I paid $2.50. It sold for $13.99. He was the last of 3 to sell that I bought for $2.50 that day. The other ones actually made money. I guess this one made money. It just wasn't as good as the other 2. So these RO Search combat boots, they've got a little bit of a spot on them, but you can tell looking at them, these were not worn. You can tell smelling them. They smell like new rubber and new leather, but they are marked 1989 on them. That's what this number means, is they were manufactured 6 of 89, and they are a size 8.5. And so these are new old stock military. They probably weren't issued, or someone would have put their military issue. RO Search jump boots. I comp any quality combat boots. I mean, you can find a pair of boots that look like this that are Walmart branded, but quality combat boots are almost always worth picking up, or almost always worth comping. I paid like $3 for these. They were at Goodwill for $6, and they were the half price color of the week. So that means that these got passed over for weeks. I don't ever go in that Goodwill. So I paid $3. They sold in days for $70 free shipping. Center swoosh Nike used to be a thing. This is still a cool vintage Nike piece. Texas Longhorns. Sold for $12. 2006. I have no idea where it came from. Probably Whatnot. It's been around a long time. Sold it for $12 free shipping. Couldn't possibly be easier to ship. These books I tend to do well on, and I pick them up a lot. And almost always need a new battery, but when I bought batteries for this, I didn't have any, so I bought 20 more. And then when I find them, I have a pile of batteries sitting around for testing and changing on things like this. And this sold, if these are working, they sell reasonably well. I paid 50 cents for this. It sold for $9.90 plus shipping, so the buyer's all in at 17. That's weird because this should go, it works. This should go media. But is it ground advantage? And so it's auto set up as ground advantage where I pay $4, but the buyer paid a lot. Oh, they paid $6 plus some sales tax. It looks like they paid over $7 for shipping, but anyway, easy as it can be. This blanket, these were doing really well for me for a while, so I would find them and pick them up. I don't know that I would pick them up anymore. Northwestern something. Northwest Territories woven. This is a Chicago Bulls blanket. Be super easy to mess with, but they sell so slow. So Othello is a game where you, like, if you're the white team, there's a bunch of black pieces on the board and you try to put them down in a way that flips the pieces, and the game essentially can't end unless you have all the pieces. I bought a board for $2 and it had all the pieces, but I was missing pieces in my game in the house that Caleb loves to play. And so I took the pieces that we needed out, and I'm like, well, if somebody needs pieces, if I need pieces, somebody else needs pieces. So I listed like 5 of these 10-piece lots for $7.49 a piece, free shipping. And I have 2 left. So I've sold, this is the 3rd one. And they couldn't be easier. Like, it's multi-quantity, super easy to list, super easy to store, super easy to ship. So this turned out to just be a bad buy. It's a funny thing, Sharknado bobblehead. I haven't seen the movie, but assumably that's David Hasselhoff because it says Hoff Saw 3000. 2015 sci-fi. I thought it would be worth something. I only paid $1 for it, but it sold for $4.25 plus shipping. Buyer's all in at 13, and it's going to be a little bit of a pain. You have to shove bubble wrap up in his neck enough to keep it from flopping around. It's going to be a little bit of a pain. Not too bad. Chuck E. Cheese. I got this real cheap. Real cheap. I don't remember where it was. I've had it for a long time. I was pretty excited when I found it. It sold for $12 plus shipping. Buyers all in at 21. This sweater was listed forever and ever and ever. And I took it down. Sell similar, lowered the price from like 28 to 23, and it sold in an hour. So I don't know. My suspicion is it was just listed long enough that it got lost and eBay stopped promoting it and nobody was finding it. So that's a big part of why I would say you need to take listings down periodically and put them back up, because set it and forget it just doesn't really work unless it's something that's really sought after, and then it doesn't sit for very long, right? My Chemical Romance. Paid 50 cents for this the other day in Bloomington at a garage sale. My Chemical Romance has a following still. I happen to know because I found the vinyl at a thrift store once that this My Chemical Romance it's the album cover for Danger Days. I knew it was an album cover. I had to still look up what album it was, but that, I imagine that helped sell it because there were several others listed, but none of them had the album title in it, so mine sold pretty quick for $9 plus shipping. This is a pop-up book. I know I got it a year ago at a garage sale at the old Spoon River Drive, and so it's a neat little Halloween themed pop-up book. I expected it to sell for that Halloween, but it didn't. Sold for $7 plus media mail shipping. Paid 50 cents for this, which was just a really good get. Vintage Fruit of the Looms tag there. Notice there is no cornucopia. It's just a pile of fruit. Large, size large, Michigan. Sold for $20 free shipping. It'll cost me $7 to ship it because it's easy as it can be. It's it'll go in a legal flat rate. So I sold a couple more of these stickers. They sell for $8 free shipping, but like I say, every time I sell them, I bought an auction lot not to get these, so they are bonus money, and they're easy bonus money. But this was the auction lot that I bought, that they came in, signs, and I paid like 20 bucks for a whole bunch of signs. These two sold for 16 plus shipping. Pretty darn easy. This sweater, it says Adele, and it is Adele, unlike the one that was the other day that was, the name was Ariel and I put Adele. I paid $1 for it. It sold for, on best offer, for 12 bucks. I think I had it listed for 16. I took 12 plus shipping. Easy breezy, beautiful. I paid $1. I'm making money. Nike Fit, dry fit hat. I paid $1, sold for 11 free shipping, but this could not be easier to ship. Like, it's even flexible in the bill, all except for this right here. I'll still put it in a box, but easy as it can possibly be. These like super lightweight Nike hats, I do pretty well with. Blaxploitation can be a good genre of VHS to pick up. This one I paid $2.50 for. I bought two for $5, and this one was $7.20 plus shipping. I think I still have the other one. This is a lot of just totally random Western paperbacks. These small size paperbacks are very collectible. Western Pulp Fiction is very collectible. Those sold for $30 for 14 of them. This pin I got in a massive lot of pins about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. They just keep clicking off a couple bucks at a time. This one sold for $3 plus shipping. The same yard sale, I paid $1 a piece for a bunch of hats. These were not necessarily great pickups for $1 a piece, but I didn't know that at the time. M&M's and McDonald's vintage coolness. If you've got like a mannequin you're trying to dress, I don't think a person would want to try to wear that as a hat. But those are called painter's hats when they're just like super generic cloth. They're basically a two panel. It's a ring and then a circle panel and then a bill. And these are, I mean, I don't imagine a person's going to try to wear that. Buyer paid $21 for both shipped. It says $11 plus shipping. Yes, love. This shirt I probably should have kept, but I didn't. I have so many t-shirts, it's ridiculous. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, retro reprint, $14 plus shipping. I had it forever in back stock, so I didn't. I was just like, I'm not going to keep it. I'm not going to wear it. It's cool. Let's list it. This I paid $1 for at a yard sale, and I thought it would go quick. Single stitch Old fruity tag. Again, no cornucopia on that old fruit tag. And this is my costume. I listed it for like 10 bucks plus shipping, and it was listed for a year and a half. And it finally did sell for $7 plus shipping. Everything's $1 sale. I picked this up for $1. The open stuff, or the unopened, like big stuff like this, I was like, you sure that's $1? And they're like, yeah, I don't care. Give me $1. So there were a handful of things where I was like, you know, don't charge me $1 for this. What do you want? You know, and they were $5 and things that I was making tons of money on. That I tried to go up on, and they're like, don't worry about it. Sold for $55.
So it could fit better.
Oh, you folded the cards to put them in the bag? Good job. Sold for $55 free shipping. And it's going to cost a little bit of money to ship, but I only paid $1 for it. A genre that I want to be better than it is, and it is not, Stranger Things. Early Stranger Things. I can't imagine this isn't at some point soon going to blow up. But this is season 2, I think. Maybe this is season 3. And they're about to put out the last season. I don't know, what year did Stranger Things start? I know it was like, I think it was like almost 5 years ago now. But that Loot Crate Netflix over merchandised the thing to death from the get-go. It caught fire pretty quick. So that's probably part of the problem. And then this not vintage Abbey Road shirt just sold in the last like 5 minutes for $12 plus shipping. The Stranger Things sold for $6 plus shipping. So all of this stuff's going to be crazy easy, except for this girl, this doll right here. Going to be crazy easy to package up and get out to the mail quickly. So let's do that.